On this week's edition of The Overtime, we will take a look at Flagstaff girls basketball state title victory. Then, sports reporters Faith Rodriguez and Ashley Hinchy were out at NASCAR at Phoenix Raceway. Finally, a crew of reporters traveled to Boise for the Big Sky Conference basketball tournament. All that and more on this edition of The Overtime. Hello and welcome to The Overtime, Northern Arizona's only sports show. I'm your host, Noah Butler, and today I am joined by sports reporter Tony Bracha. It's taken a minute to recover from the journey from Idaho, but I'm glad we're here.
Finding relaxation hasn't been the easiest. Multiple 13-hour drives does take a lot out of you.
They sure do, Tony. Now, just before spring break, Flagstaff High School won another state title. Sports reporter Michaela Ayton joins us with more on their run.
Thanks, Noah. The Flagstaff High School girls basketball team made history once again, claiming their second 4A state championship in just 3 years. It was a thrilling match against Eastmark High.
Thursday night, the number 5 Flagstaff High School girls varsity basketball team faced off against number 6 Eastmark High School for the 4A state championship title. Flagstaff took control early, never letting up, powering their way to a 44-30 victory. Tegan Martin was a part of the Eagles championship team 2 years ago, but this one meant more to the senior shooting guard.
It's so surreal, and then to be back here again, I was just getting so emotional because it is my senior year, so to end on this high note is super special.
Martin played a crucial role in the Eagles' victory, showcasing her skill and leadership when it mattered most, leading the game with 17 total points, 2 3-point shots, and 5 field goals. Her performance was key to the team's success.
Well, Tegan's always been like the glue, and she's always been the spark, and you know, she's the one that had the most experience. She won a championship in 2023, and she was the one who led by example and really pushed and really tried to hold the girls accountable.
As the final buzzer sounded, the Eagles celebrated their victory, securing the 2025 4A state championship, adding their third state title in program history. Senior center Gabby Nichols reflects on what made this year's team successful.
I think we all had a really good connection. There was like a really good team dynamic throughout the whole team, which was really special. We all hung out outside of practice, and we all cheered each other on for everything. It was really awesome.
With the season now complete, Coach Tyrone Johnson highlighted that the team is already planning ahead with an eye on future goals and continued development.
More championships. So we got a lot of people coming back. Obviously, we lose T to graduation, but we had 4 freshmen, 3 that were getting pretty significant minutes, and then we had a couple sophomores that got good minutes and stuff like that. And so we want to build on that, and we want to be able to go and be like one of the first 4A teams to make it to like a semifinals in the Open and see what we can do. We want to see if we can get that good to where we can really compete in the Open.
With a strong foundation in place and a high bar set, the Eagles are building on their success as they prepare for the seasons to come. Michaela Ayton, NAZ Sports.
The Eagles' performance was a testament to their hard work and skill, securing the title in a game that showcased some of the best of Arizona high school basketball. Noah and Tony, back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Michaela. Coach Johnson has certainly led a special group this season.
2 state championships in 3 years is not an easy feat. Moving into motorsports, Phoenix Raceway hosted the Shriners Children's 500 and sports reporter Faith Rodriguez down in the Valley reporting on an inspirational driver.
Thanks, Tony. At the Shriners Children's 500, a Hispanic driver is making history. Daniel Suarez saw his first break into the NASCAR Cup Series in 2017. Suarez became the first Mexican-born driver to win a Cup Series race at Sonoma Raceway.
It's very, very special to be in this position. I wouldn't trade it for anything. I wouldn't want to be any other driver but myself.
Suarez has his own fan and sponsor event called Daniel's Amigos, which was organized to help grow the sport in the Hispanic community.
To be in this position, having these kind of events in Daniel's Amigos, and I have the opportunity to represent not just my people, my community, my culture, my country. It's something that I'm telling you, I wouldn't trade for anything.
Suarez currently races for Trackhouse Racing, co-owned by Justin Marks and singer Pitbull. At the Shriners Children's 500, Suarez qualified 31st.
Yesterday, our race car was okay, wasn't great. We knew qualifying wasn't going to be great because we went their car to go out. So that was a big disadvantage. But overall, last year here, we didn't qualify good at all, and we finished in the top 10. So we know that we can do it.
Suarez finished 23rd overall in Phoenix and finished second in the Pennzoil 400 the following week in Las Vegas. Suarez is currently 19th in the NASCAR Cup Series standings, with his next race this Sunday at Homestead Miami Speedway. Back to Noah and Tony.
Thanks, Faith. Suarez's story is inspiring.
Sports reporter Ashley Hinchy went down to Phoenix Raceway as well and recaps the event.
Thanks, guys. NASCAR was so fun this weekend. It was so nice to be in the hot Phoenix sun, but my ears are still ringing. Engines were roaring down in the valley as NASCAR took over the Phoenix Raceway. I'm honestly surprised you couldn't hear it from here. NASCAR fans from across the Southwest packed Phoenix Raceway for the Shriners Children's 500. History was made with Christopher Bell becoming the first NASCAR driver to win 3 straight races in a next-gen car. Crew chief Adam Stevens says Bell's consistency this season is no accident.
So we've had 4 races this year. We've put ourselves in position in all 4 and managed to win 3, which is a pretty remarkable batting average and something that will be hard to maintain, I believe.
Bell's historic victory was made on one of NASCAR's short tracks, where strategy and tires make all the difference. But Stevens says Bell's talent shines through no matter the track.
And these short tracks have a way of changing quite a bit. You saw the groove move around, especially as the tires age. But he's just got so much talent that eventually I think all the tracks are going to look like this for him, that he can just do it anywhere we go.
The race wasn't without drama. In Stage 2, on lap 99, a multi-car crash sent several drivers spinning. But Christopher Bell skillfully avoided the wreck, staying clear of the chaos and holding his position. Bell edged out teammate Denny Hamlin by just .049 seconds, thrilling fans and making a statement for the 2025 season. Super exciting finish by Bell. This was actually the closest finish in Phoenix Raceway history. Following the race, Bell fell short of his 4th consecutive win this past Sunday at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, taking 12th place. Bell will look to win 4 out of 5 races next Sunday at Homestead Miami Speedway, where he won back in 2023. I'm excited to see how he performs. We're going to take a quick pit stop, but when we return, we've got updates on NAU men's and women's basketball.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear. Call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
See, Smokey thinks I'm funny.
Welcome back. As previously mentioned, Noah and I took a trip up to Boise, Idaho for the Big Sky Basketball Championships and spent 5 days in college basketball heaven.
It was heaven, all right. 18 games of Big Sky basketball in 5 days was so much fun.
This year, the men's team earned some success and gave the eventual tournament champions a run for their money. The NAU men's basketball team made their way up to Boise, Idaho for the Big Sky Basketball Tournament. The Lumberjacks were the 7th seed entering with an 8-10 conference record. The Lumberjacks took on the 8th-seeded Eastern Washington Eagles in the final game of the opening night of the tournament and put on a clinic in a 66-53 victory. Trent McLaughlin finished with 17 and, along with the help of a 16-point night from Diego Camposano off the bench, led NAU to their first tournament win since 2023. The Lumberjacks then took on the number 2-seeded Montana Grizzlies. The Grizzlies shut down NAU outside of a 34-point night for McLaughlin and won 74-65. During the postgame, head coach Shane Burkhart spoke about what coaching McLaughlin and Carson Tout meant to him.
I'm really proud to say that I was their college coach, and very difficult right now. I wanted to keep the business. I kept the business in the locker room, but there's some finality to this.
The Grizzlies dominated their way through the rest of the tournament and will be the Big Sky's representative in the NCAA tournament as a 14 seed, taking on the Wisconsin Badgers on March 20th. For NAU, they still have more basketball to play. Coach Burkar said during the postgame that they would be playing in a postseason tournament this year for the first time during his tenure.
Our 24-25 season will always be part of NAU history. We're one of the few teams who are going to play in the postseason, which we've been invited to postseason tournaments, which NAU hasn't been to a postseason tournament in 10 years.
The Lumberjacks accepted an invitation to the College Basketball Invitational in Daytona Beach, Florida, to take on Queens on March 23rd at 1:30.
That tournament should be fun. On the other hand, the NAU women's basketball team could not quite make its 4th consecutive championship appearance.
It's time to introduce another member of our Boise coverage team. Lumberjack assistant editor as well as sports reporter Brian Adams took the journey along with us and has the story on the women's squad.
Thanks, Tony. The NAU women's basketball team's journey for a Big Sky title unfortunately fell short with a loss against Montana in the semifinals.
After clinching a top 2 seed in a first-round bye, the NAU women's basketball team began their Big Sky tournament run in the quarterfinals against Sacramento State. In a game where both teams struggled to make shots, NAU's rebounding and free throw shooting was a separating factor. They shot 21 of 25 from the free throw line and tied a conference tournament record with 59 rebounds. After leading by as much as 11, the Lumberjacks went into halftime only up 34-28. After NAU led the whole game, the Hornets took an early lead in the fourth quarter, but following a 9-0 run in the final frame, the Lumberjacks pulled away and held on for a 69-65 victory. Unfortunately for NAU, their shooting struggles continued in their matchup against the 6th-seeded Montana Lady Grizz. Senior forward Nia Moran was all the offense for the Lumberjacks early. She finished the first quarter with 8 of NAU's 15 points. Moran ended the half with 19 points and finished the game with a career-high 27 points.
We know we play better when we're losing, so our coaches kind of gave us a pep talk before the game, just come in, lose. And so I guess I just wanted to have fun. I just wanted to win for my teammates and my coaches.
The Lumberjacks went into halftime up 35-26, but the second half spelled heartbreak. In the third and fourth quarter, the Jacks shot a combined 8 of 28 from the field, and the poor shooting caught up to them as the Lady Grizz caught a spark and outscored the Jacks 30-19 in the fourth quarter and came out victorious. Glancy and Moran finished with a combined 59 points, while the rest of the team finished with only 11.
Super proud of Nia and Soph putting up big numbers, but if you're going to win in March and you're going to win semifinals games, you got to have a little bit more production across the board. And we've been having it all year, and it's unfortunate that it didn't happen tonight.
While they didn't reach their tournament goals, the Lumberjacks season will continue.
An unfortunate ending to a great Big Sky season. But Noah, what's up next for this team?
Thanks, Brian. I'm glad you asked. The women's basketball team received an invite to play in the Women's Basketball Invitational Tournament, where they will travel down to Tucson to face the Arizona Wildcats for the second time this season. The last time these two teams played, NAU overcame a 19-point deficit and beat the Cats by 16 points. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, Aishea Tanaka is going to take us on a trip to Mount Eldon.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. What? My. Oh. Bye-bye.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right?
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
Welcome back. While most of us were out and away during spring break, sports reporter Aishea Tanaka was here getting out there at Fat Man's Loop.
I'm here on Fat Man's Loop in Flagstaff, which is one of the most popular hiking trails, a part of the Mount Eldon Trail Systems. It is roughly 2.5 miles, starting at the base of Mount Eldon. The trail has a moderate difficulty rating, with some rocky sections along the way, but as you make your way through, you'll also probably find plenty of hidden gems, such as natural rock features with holes to climb in, unique trees, and stunning views. The trail earned its name because of its interesting rock formations, including 2 boulders forming a passageway. Beyond its rock formations, the trail is home to a diverse ecosystem, with alligator junipers lining much of the path. Forestry major Kirsten Ensley joined me on the hike to share her insights on alligator juniper and explains how this species stands out.
Right here we have the alligator juniper. It's one of many species of juniper we have here in northern Arizona. Basically how we can tell it's an alligator juniper, we have the foliage up there, and that is quite small, scaly looking leaves there. They're all clumped together very nicely. That's how I can tell it's a juniper. But the alligators, because of the scaly bark that you can see behind me, it's very cool and very unique.
There is a unique spot where hikers must duck under a low-hanging alligator juniper to continue on the trail. Whether you're here for the views, the rock formations, or the local plant life, Fat Man's Loop is a perfect spot for hikers of all levels to experience the beauty and diversity of northern Arizona. Aishaya Tanaka, NAZ Sports.
Thanks, Aishaya. Now that it should be getting warmer, I think I need to get out there myself at some point.
I think I'd like to as well. Thank you all for joining us for this edition of The Overtime.
I would like to thank our sports reporters, Faith Rodriguez, Ashley Hinchy, Michaela Ayton, Brian Adams, and Aishaya Tanaka. And I'd also like to thank my co-host, Noah Butler. I'm Tony Bracha, and we'll see you next Tuesday for the next edition of The Overtime.